Alright, so hello and welcome to yet another episode of Genshin Impact and Chill. So to be honest, the episode has kind of evolved into my personal Genshin Impact um, diary, I'd say. So today I have a couple of exciting news for you, or updates to my account, or my gameplay in general. So okay, so the first update is that since my last video, after I've pulled the alarm, I've managed to actually clear floor 12, but it's about like 4 to 5 stars. So, so let me just go here. And as you can see now, I actually have like 36 stars. So this is the first time I actually managed to full star the Spiral Abyss, which is super exciting. And I mean, it's kind of made possible because of Nahida. So let's check my history first. Okay, so full stars. Um, challenge summary. Yeah, challenge summary. Yeah. Okay, so um, yeah, it only shows the last the last few cycles. So yeah, so these are the last few cycles. Where obviously I didn't get full stars. Um, but this time I actually used the teams. Let me show you my whole lab page. So 36 stars. Yeah, the stats aren't that important, but okay. So here's the interesting part. So before getting Nahida, meaning today just now, I was using like two teams like such. So basically, Yelan and Xingqiu, double hydro plus a crowd gatherer and a healer, and then we have the Raiden Sarah, and of course my Raiden Shogun is at C2 R1 in engulfing lightning, and my Sarah is at C6. So my Jin is C0. Yelan is also at C0, and we have Shangling. So but Shangling is kind of like a free spot. Um, so for example, so floor 9 and 10 I use the same compositions, but for floor 11, due to the fact that we need to clear the hypostasis, I kind of need a cryo to kill it fast enough, so that I mean I won't need to drag another cycle of um, its like effects or anything. So I slot in the Kaya, which I actually train up. I mean, which I actually got him to level 80 to 90 because it is one of the characters I used a lot when I started the game. And for his artifacts, I just gave him like a mix of I think it was like 2 piece destroyer and 2 piece attack percentage. Yeah. But now here's what difference. I mean, here's the special thing here. So the first half, I used the Raiden engine, the Raiden comp, with Sucrose for crowd gathering, and also Benny and Xiangling for the pyro because for the first chamber, first half, we kind of need to break the shield of the cryo harbinger, the cryo fatui. No, sorry, the abyss sorry, what the abyss harbinger or something, yeah. uh Abyss Lecter, yeah. I think was his name. Therefore the second half I'm basically using hyper bloom. So I've actually been saving for Nahida, and especially wanted to build hyper bloom for quite some time. So I'm really lucky for Cookie Shinobu to actually be on the banner. And yeah, and I mean, I do have a sad news, which is that I actually lost my 50-50 when pulling for Nahida. I got I got my Diluc at 80 pulls, and then I get Nahida at another 80 pulls. But okay, so here are basically the teams I used for floor 12, and so far the only limited banner characters and weapons I have is Rider Shogun C2 R1, Nahida C0, and Yelang C0. And in the end, I have about like 230 pools left. Okay, so now let's turn this off and go back to the game. Okay, so from the pools, I actually got my sucrose to C1, which is really interesting because I mean it is really vital because for my weapon I only have like R3, just 60% chance, so it is not too high. It is not really like guaranteed to get her skill back after using it once. So that's very helpful for C1. And of course, my sucrose looks like this because I mean, my aim of using her is not really her personal animal damage, just use her as a buffer. I mean, as in she provides EM buff to other teams, to other teammates, and also just to group the mobs up. Now Yelan, so my okay. Now let's take a look at my character builds. Now one by one. So for Rider Shogun, so this is her stats basically 70, 146. I'm trying to get this up a little bit, but 70 is at a sweet spot for me. And then the energy charge is fine. And then yeah, that's basically it. For the weapon, R1 engulfing lightning. Artifacts, four piece and block service fits. I'm still trying to get a better ER sense. Yeah. So that's something I'm working on. C2 and my level is triple 10. Yeah. Okay, so sucrose we have seen it. Now Yelan. Okay, so let's go through the weapons first. I gave her this weapon because um, first of all, because for Yelan, I would say that her 4-star best in slot weapon is actually Favonius, right? Because it gives energy charge, which normally which can benefit Yelan's uh, the emblem of seven spheres effect, as well as to lubricate her rotation. However, since I mainly use Yelan in a Raiden Shogun group, a Raiden Shogun team, or that I use her with Xingqiu normally, and Xingqiu has a, I think R2 or R3, sorry, it should be R3, no, sorry, R2 refined um, sacrificial sword. So I mean, the energy charge is not much of an issue here for my Yelan due to my personal grouping preferences. Okay, so that's the reason why I gave her slingshot, which boosts the crit rate. And since she doesn't benefit from the base attack level, so it's totally fine. So basically, this weapon is just for the crit rate, 31% crit rate, so that I can use a crit damage hit piece to boost up her stats. So artifacts is Emblems of Seven Fates, 4 piece. I'm still working on a better HP sense because what I did is that I actually didn't plan to pull Yelan until about like a week or two before her release. So I actually didn't. I mean, I actually ate up all my HP cents and exchanged it for other artifacts with the strong box. So that's why I don't have any better HP cents lying around. So for the constellations, C0, of course, I mean, currently my plan is that, um, I mean, also due to me being a free play player, the only 5-star that I'll pull for his or her constellations will be Rhino Shogun because Rhino Shogun is like my one and only true main. So she's like the character I love the most. So and also like her constellation is quite strong, especially C3. So C3 is definitely something that I'll get her to one day, maybe during her next rerun. We'll see about that. Okay, so constellations C0 Yelan, and then the talents will be 5, 9, 10. Yeah, I mean 5, 9, 10. So first of all, her Q is very valuable, which is worth the crown for me. And personally, I don't train too many characters lah. So I mean, as in my resources are not well spread. So I actually have about like 16 crowns left lying around like right now. So it's fine for me. Yeah. So her E is okay, got to 9. But then since Yelan is more of like an off field, I just got her auto attack to like 5, or maybe can get her to 6, because you really want the multiplier for the breakthrough bar, which is quite useful, especially for the overworld exploration. Now, okay, so that's all for Yelan. And then Sayu is just for runner in overworld, because this is my overworld team. Now, Nahida, personally, I'm very lucky with Nahida's artifacts, because I've only found like for less than a month for the deep root memories domain, and I can get pretty good artifact sets from it. Um, Mainly because Nahida also benefits from EM. So okay, yeah. By the way, before that, let's check out my Yelan's stats. So this is her crit ratio. I would say it's fine. I'm quite I'm quite satisfied with that, especially because I mean Yelan's ascension stat is crit rate, right? So I can achieve a higher crit rate here. Now her energy recharge, I would say that if you wanna put her into the same team as Raiden Shogun or Shinchu, the energy recharge requirement would be around 150 to 160, which is what I achieved. However, if you wanna put her in a monohydro, sorry, not monohydro, but where I mean, if you want to put her in a team where she's the sole hydro character, she will need about like 200 plus ER for her rotations to be smooth. So that's why I say that her best in slot weapon is actually, I mean, generally speaking, her best in slot weapon should be Favonius Warble, which since the substat of the Favonius Warble is like 61, so it instantaneously boosts it to higher than 200. Okay, so back to Nahida. Now the weapon, I'm giving her this weapon because I mean the sole weapon, sorry, the sole reason I gave her this weapon is because I don't have a second sacrificial fragment, which is an EM weapon. So I gave her this. Yeah. So that's the reason why. And also the differences is not too much. I'm only at 80 level 80, and it's like 171, so it's okay. I've done some calculation, and if I get her weapon to level 90, my total EM will be like 835 or something around that level. Okay. So for artifacts, yeah. So artifacts, it is easier to get a good set because Nahida also benefits from EM as well as apart from crit stuff. So now, I mean, I think my artifacts is worth taking a look. So for this piece, so I have 3 flowers, and as you can see, there are some higher crit damage and all, but I end up using this because I need the crit rate as well as the elemental mastery. Then for the flower, sorry, the plume, I use this for a ton of crit rate as well as elemental mastery. So getting a good deep wood memory set is very fun because sometimes if you get a set with two crit, I mean crit damage and crit rate substats with an elemental mastery substat, so if you manage to roll onto elemental mastery, the substat, it is actually not too much of a bad thing because you can benefit from it. Because based on Nahida's talent, you actually convert your elementary mastery into crit rate and dendro damage bonus. Yeah, so that's very useful and practical. Now, okay, so for the remaining is just like the normal stuff. Sorry, EM sense, EM goblet, and create headpiece. So since Nahida's elemental mastery also converts to part of her crit rate, I can actually use a uh, crit damage hit piece here to to further boost her um, crit damage. So C0, of course, she's already very great, very powerful at C0. So there's no reason. So I've also pre-farmed all her talents to level 9. So that's that. Now finally, we'll take a look at the stats. So at first glance, 52 sucks. Um, because technically it's like uh, only 1 out of 2 hits will achieve a critical hit. But actually, for Nahida's talent, it actually converts. I mean, like I said just now. So the elemental, sorry, not this one. The second element, beyond 200, will grant 0.1% bonus damage, which is Dendro bonus damage, and 0.03 percent crit rate. So actually, my crit rate is about 70, 71 after the boost, which is not reflected in this um, the stat board. And then I will also get a percentage of the Dendro damage bonus. Yep. So that's that from my Nahida. Quite satisfied. I think I will farm for the weapon material domain tomorrow, because this is only available on Thursday and I still need 2 of it. Okay, so the next character would be Koki Shinobu. Her elemental mastery is 945. She acts as a hyper bloom bot. So let's take a look at this real quick. Nothing spectacular. The weapon, typical. Artifact is just like 2 piece EM, 2 piece EM. Yep. Constellation, I got her to C4. C2 is very crucial because actually, I mean, it, it makes it so that her talent, her E ability, has no downtime. So you see the duration, the normal, the C0 duration would be 12 seconds and the CD with 15 seconds. However, the C2 actually lengthens the duration by 3 seconds, so you actually have zero downtime. So whenever you need the E, you can just switch to Cookie and get her to get the E. Now, Kujo Sara is a character that I don't enjoy talking too much about because, to be honest, Raiden Sara team is very clunky for me to play, so I don't really like to use her that much. But her crit rate is not optimized but usable. Her energy charge 200, which is sufficient, I'd say. Sacrificial bow for the higher base attack because her buff benefits from her base attack. Nothing much to say about that. Fischl. Fischl's build is something that I'm quite proud of because I only got her. Okay, so the weapon is stringless, probably her best in slot 4 star. Artifacts is 4 piece Thundering Fury. So I actually get quite some good pieces from just doing the artifact strong box. And yeah, the results is quite good. Let's take a look at my pieces. So you see this one? This is like near perfect. Or even perfect artifacts. Now this is okay. I mean there's an upgrade to the EM, but Visual can benefit from EM. Now we have yeah, yeah, the other pieces are okay. The best sets are, I mean, the best pieces are definitely like the electro damage bonus piece. Even though it doesn't have like the crit rate, but like all the substats it got upgraded is are useful substats. Constellation C4 talent. It is all over the places. I don't really because previously I was, I mean, I was kind of trolled into training Fischl for physical Fischl, which absolutely doesn't work for the Fire Abyss because first of all you need to break tons of different types of elemental shields. So physical is not that viable for me in my opinion, from my opinion. So yeah, the talents are all over the places. So I don't really bother about it right now. So that's my Fisher foil. Now the next character would be Shin Chu. Yeah, I mean his build is actually like one of the characters that I'm quite proud of because um, okay, so first of all, his crit rate and crit damage ratio is perfect, right? 60-120, which is like 1 to 2 ratio. And then his energy recharge is also high enough so that I can technically use him as a as the sole character in a Hyper Bloom team. Because if he's in my Rider Shogun team, of course, he doesn't need that much high ER. So we have a refinement tree, refinement rank 3 sacrificial sword. Artifact set. Okay, so what makes me very proud about his build is that I actually have a lot of like ER substeps here and there, so that I can actually use an attack sense, which actually boosts up his damage ability, his damage. So how about that? Now the constellation C4, I think, yeah, C4 talents 1 7 12. Yeah. For Xingqiu, Benny, and Xiangling, their talents are at the same level. But I mean, it's just that Benny has a. I mean, he's C6. Yes, my Benny is C6. So his E is at 10, which is 3 levels up from 7. Now his crit rate is also perfect 70 140, or you can say 70 150. Yeah, and energy charge is sufficient. And for his weapon, I actually use the Cyber Blade, which solves the energy charge issue, and then the artifacts, which means that I can use an attack sense. Just check out this attack sense. Nice. Okay, constellations, C6. Yeah, no regrets, man. Okay. So Shangli, her crit rate is a bit low, but let's don't forget that she has the catch. So it actually boosts up her crit rate by 12. So, and of course it is not reflected here. So the actual crit rate should be around 63. Yeah, 63, 140. I would say it's acceptable as a sub DPS. And energy charge is high enough. So weapon, as mentioned just now, just catch. Then, yeah, just typical stuff. So yeah, I think that's it for my characters that are worth talking about. So now, what's fun about my account now is that I actually have enough characters to create 2 different archetypes. So So, for example, if I want to build 2 teams, right, the first archetype is the Rider Shogun archetype, and then the second the second archetype is will be the Nahida or Hyper Bloom, which is something like this. So this is the core, and maybe we can add another Fischl for additional damage. But Fischl is generally good uh, in a single boss battle rather than like a few spread out enemies. So that's the core. Now for Rider Shogun, the core is Rider National. So we have this thing. Yelan is actually like a Xingqiu. Okay, so the difference between Yelan and Xingqiu is that Yelan's excuse me, excuse me. So the difference between Yelan and Xingqiu is that Yelan. Okay, so the difference is about hydro application and damage, just these two. So for Yelan, she has lower hydro damage, sorry, lower hydro application but higher damage. And for Xingqiu is the opposite. Xingqiu has higher hydro application but lower damage, which makes Xingqiu more suitable in a Hyper Bloom team because for Hyperbloom team you need a lot of hydro application so that you can constantly generate the so-called seed. Yeah, and then Cookie can proc the seed and will be the Hyperbloom damage. However, yeah, so on the other hand, Yelan is good as in she provide damage. So the first team is like just raw damage in addition to the Rhino Shogun. We have the healer here, and then yeah, because this team is just like tons of reactions, ton of damage, and you kill things as soon as possible. Now, so I would say this is the core. Now we can change, we can kind of do some modification. So for example, if let's say today, so for example, this floor 12, this rotation, I need a crowd gather and I don't really need hydro. Um, I can do this, right? I have the crowd gather. My score is C1, so the crowd gathering capability is more or less guaranteed. Like this, and I can move my Elam to the second team because, for example, for this rotation, in order to beat the static minute, which is the 12 per 3 per 2 um, boss, the sandworm, we actually need a very high damage because the window for the damage, uh, the window for DPS window is actually very short. So it is not suitable for teams such as the Rider Shogun team, which needs some activation time. So for example, for Rider Shogun team, in order to activate your rotation, you need to do the Raiden E, Benny EQ maybe or QE, and then Xiangling QE. Then you need to do the Sucrose E, or something to shred the resistance and all. So if you use the Raiden team against the Sandworm, by the time you have done setting up everything, the Sandworm has already went down. So so in this case, a Hyperbloom team is more desirable. Yeah. Okay. So now let's do the third variation of the Rhino Shogun team. So what if I want? So not I want, but what if Okay, yeah. Okay, just make it. What if I want to play Raiden Sarah? I can do that. Which is this. So this is basically like a Raiden Hyper Carry team, and except I don't have Kazuha here, so I substitute with Sucrose. So so actually this is quite fun lah. Plus, for example, if the second team needs Benny, for some reason I know that this is not a viable team, but for example, for some reason, if Benny is needed in the second team, I can also do this because I have Jin. So this is basically Raiden plus Yelan plus the healer. Some something like this. Yeah. So I would say that my account is at a very comfortable spot right now. Um, Yes, I mean, so in a sense that I can modify my team based on the Abyss situations or Abyss needs. Yeah, so that's a great thing for me in my this account. Okay, so I've also gotten Layla. Layla got to C1 and Dory got to C3. Yeah, up from C1 last time. Yeah. Okay, so I think yeah, that's about it about my team comps and all. So just go through a quick, go through my back quickly. So just now I also got my second copy of Fawonis Marble after R5, so it is fun. But currently this is unoccupied. And then I have also upgraded my Iron Sting for Kazuha. I probably decide to. I will probably get him. Yep, that's about it. And then for the sacrificial great sword, I also got to R5 as well as the lion's roar. So that's about it. So my current plan is just to get this weapon to level 19. And the artifacts, yeah, nothing much. Yep. So I think that's probably it for this video. Very happy right now to be able to finally clear this fire abyss with 36 stars. So I think that's it for this update. Um, for my future character pulling plans, I will probably pull for Kazuha, and maybe I will save up for Hydro Archon. Because personally, my the character that I care the most is Rider Shogun, right? So now I got her already. So I mean, uh, it makes it such that I don't really care for other characters as much, and I will only like pull for them if they are like really strong. Like for example, if they are at like Archon level characters, yeah, I'll probably pull. And also now I actually have like two archetypes as mentioned just now. I have the Rider Shogun archetype as well as the Nahida the Dendro archetype. So currently, I think with these two archetypes, I can handle the Sumeru, the 3 point something version of Spiral Abyss rotations quite well. So I won't need to really like train other characters such as Alhitem or let's say Sino or maybe even um what she's called um Milu. Yeah. So I think Hybrid Bloom will get me through the Spiral Abyss um fairly well alongside my Rhino Shogun. So I think I won't really pull for any characters any other like Dendro characters. So that's the plan for now. Kazuha and the Hydro Archon, or whatever character which is relevant for the 4 point something version of the Spiral Abyss rotation, which we'll see in the future. Alright, so that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video has been some sort of informational or interesting to you. I'll see you the next time. Bye bye.